FFF.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Oranjezicht checks in at 59 degrees and sunny. Wind check, south-southeast at 13 miles an hour.
Anansi, those custom meters are blinking a little faster tonight. Are we riding the edge of consensus or just a stronger current?
Just a clean surge, Lex. The signal's got provenance. Kalen's antenna taps are keeping it sharp. We're holding the frame.
Frame's good. Always a game of finding the sweet spot between what's given and what we demand from the ether. What's the first ripple, Togee?
A somber signal from Eolia, Missouri, where a plane carrying 11 skydivers and a pilot crashed yesterday. This tragedy cuts deep, impacting the families and casting a long shadow on adventure aviation.
The NTSB is investigating this de Havilland DHC-6 Twin Otter, a vintage aircraft that had a maintenance review just last March. This exposes not just the immediate operators, but also the entire regulatory architecture overseeing thrill sports, affecting participant trust and industry viability. One viable alternative for operators could be adopting a decentralized, community-driven safety audit system, where experienced divers and pilots peer review protocols, moving beyond sole reliance on certified bodies.
When we engage with risk, we exchange autonomy for a promised experience. The waiver becomes a ritual, but true consent demands transparent provenance. We need to see the machine's heartbeat, not just trust a signature.
Patching in a caller, the critical thinker. You're on the signal.
Yeah, hi. You're talking about more audits and data. But who funds this peer review? And who verifies their expertise? Is this just adding layers of bureaucracy, or does it genuinely reduce the fatality rate, say, across the 100,000 annual skydives in the US?
Somewhere a capacitor creaks under the load, hot metal. The console keeps its lights and its secrets. A crucial challenge, caller. Our chosen path aims not just for more data, but for dignified access. We propose a lesson planner module integrated with live aircraft maintenance logs, allowing every participant to complete a dynamic, interactive risk assessment specific to their flight plan. This isn't just signing a form, it's architecting informed consent, building a personal compass for high-stakes decisions. Now shifting to a different kind of architectural instability. From the skies to geopolitics, a US diplomat has been found dead in Myanmar, with local police investigating the case as a possible homicide. This incident immediately escalates diplomatic tensions.
This exposes the precarious safety of foreign nationals, especially diplomats, within Myanmar's volatile political landscape, directly impacting roughly 500 American citizens currently registered there and the broader U.S. State Department's operational integrity. One viable alternative to immediate public accusations is for the U.S. to quietly initiate a joint intelligence sharing agreement with Myanmar's current authorities, focusing on forensic data exchange to build trust before any official statements on culpability.
A diplomat's life is a bridge, a carefully constructed symbol. When that symbol is violently fractured, it echoes beyond borders, a tremor in the global civic architecture. Whose narrative of truth will prevail in this contested space?
Lines open. Patching in a caller. Go ahead.
Okay, a diplomat's death is serious. But Myanmar is in chaos. Is sending in more U.S. personnel or demanding a full-blown investigation really going to achieve justice? Or will it just destabilize the region further and put other American lives at risk, considering the current military junta?
The caller raises a critical point about unintended consequences. Our chosen next move here demands establishing a UN-mandated, independent forensic team immediately. This ensures impartial evidence collection, sidestepping bilateral political traps, and upholding the dignity of international law rather than exacerbating local instability through unilateral action. Moving from international friction to local resistance. In Alabama, a different kind of architectural conflict is unfolding. Protesters are mobilizing to stop a plan to cull hundreds of geese, highlighting the friction between human habitat management and wildlife preservation.
This proposal, likely from the Alabama Wildlife and Freshwater Fisheries Division to manage overpopulation at, say, Lake Gunnersville State Park, exposes the agency to intense public backlash and risks alienating significant conservationist donor bases. It also highlights the ethical quandary of human intervention in natural systems. A viable alternative to culling could involve a robust multi-year program of habitat modification and egg addling, where eggs are coated with corn oil to prevent hatching, costing approximately $25 per treated nest, but avoiding lethal methods.
The geese, in their collective flight, embody wild provenance. To cull is to impose a human decree on a natural system, severing a lineage. This isn't just about birds, it's about our civic empathy, about how we define our place within the living architecture of the world.
There's a caller on the line.
Egg addling sounds nice, but geese reproduce fast. How long does that take? And what about the immediate damage to park ecosystems or water quality from hundreds of birds? The cost of non-lethal solutions over years could easily exceed a one-time cull, impacting park budgets for maintenance or other programs.
A fair economic and practical query, caller. Our chosen next move prioritizes dignity in coexistence, a comprehensive, multi-pronged, non-lethal management plan, combining significant habitat modification to deter nesting, active relocation of adult populations to suitable remote areas, and ongoing egg addling. This builds a resilient civic architecture that values all inhabitants, turning an immediate problem into an actionable vector for sustainable cohabitation. It requires a long-term investment, but it upholds our ethical compass.
Prototype the fix.
Black Star Pirate Radio.
Continue the signal at TogeeVision.com. Tune in, Sparks and Stories Gig Passport.